Okay, we are recording. We just created a virtual server on the shared machine, freetrust.net, for the social ledger work, which is not what we're going to work on today. In fact, we're going to go over to Webmin on robot.net, and we don't have the full shared hosting facility here with the virtual min, but I installed virtual Webmin on the machine because Webmin is a nice management tool, makes it easy to do a lot of things and not screw up. Gives you a web interface to your machine from anywhere. I use this to manage a machine, that runs in the closet from time to time, where I don't have a screen, and of course you can always SSH in and use the command line, but this makes many tasks a lot easier. Okay, things I did this morning was in the Webmin setup, was I updated things. I did some setup of Webmin users, so that Unix users will automatically get a Webmin account if they're in the sudo group. Do you have a? If we look under system here, we look up their users and groups.
Okay, can you paste the link into the chat?
Yeah, I think I may have to set you up before you can access it, though.
Okay, because I know I have access to it, but I don't have access to this part of Webmin.
Okay, so let's get you set up here. And Evan, greetings.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Awesome.
Hey, Evan.
What's happening, brother?
Well, I didn't know if you were coming, so David and I started on some development work here. It looks like I've double booked the room.
Oh, that's okay. I can come back at another time. You guys can carry on. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're willing to watch. This stuff is easy.
Yeah, this is above my head, bro. This isn't my game. I'm more in the motion graphics and visual communication, but I appreciate the invite. Jim, so I was just going to say, you've got some ideas there. What I'll do is I'll pick up a conversation with you maybe tomorrow if you're cool with that.
Yeah, and make comments in the script document also.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good. Okay, cool. Cool, later. David, have a good weekend. Cheers, guys. I'll chat to you later, Jim.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We love serendipitous encounters.
Hey, have you had any word from HJ yet?
No.
Do you know how it's gone? Did they operate on him today?
He seemed to be doing pretty well, according to Kit and at the members meeting. And he has not gone for surgery yet. Okay. But he will be soon, and poor David keeps losing his connection.
Okay, cool, Jim. I'll pick up with you at a later stage or tomorrow.
Very good. Later.
Cool. Chat to you later. Cheers, bye.
So we can see the users here don't include you. What I will do is add a new user and create new user, and what username should I give you, David? Is David good enough?
David.
I'm sorry?
David is good enough.
Okay. And I'm never going to be able to spell your name. whatever. I don't, that's close enough. Banning shell is the same thing. I'll give you a bash shell, and
Okay.
we'll give you a normal password, and I'll just make it, change it. And we'll add you to the RChain group as the primary group. And we'll add you to the sudo group, okay, which gives you sudo permissions and lets you log in to Webmin with your account.
Okay.
Did I hit create? There we go. Okay. So, you know, add the people on your team that you want to add. And this, you know, makes it pretty easy to do. You have to control the machine here a lot. Under Webmin this morning, Webmin users, I converted Unix to Webmin users, and I have them synchronized so that your passwords and everything will be the same in Webmin as they are when you SSH into the machine.
Okay. So the username and password, is it functional right now?
Yes.
Okay.
As I was saying, Webmin is a nice tool that lets you use a web browser anywhere to do the management functions. The servers we have installed are the mysql database server, okay, where we have the extraface, which is the bounty system database, and we have these tables, we have these indexes, and we have these views that are defined in the database. If we go into, let's say, GitHub users, I don't know if we'll have any data here yet, but we can see the fields, we can modify the table, whatever. We can create an index, we can export the data, we can view the data and modify it. So these are the GitHub users that are installed, that are in here, and we can see it's this is rows 1 to 25, 2 to 6. In this table, okay, we can return to our database list, and we can stop the server here and control it. We can pretty much do anything from this interface to MySQL. We have the SSH server, which is running. We can manage it from here. We're not using mail on the machine. I don't know if we'll ever use mail. That's regular. And we have the nginx web server, and this isn't a standard module. Okay, when you install Webmin, it uses whatever modules it thinks it can, and then you have a bunch of unused modules down here, which are the standard modules packed with it. So if you want to manage, you know, an Apache web server, which we don't, because we're using nginx on this machine, the DNS server, we can enable these things. And in the in the Webmin section here, we can go into our Webmin configuration. Okay, we can refresh the modules. So any new modules we're using would get added to the menus when we refresh. And we can install, if we go into modules here, okay, we can install modules. So if there's a module that's not standard, okay, you can search on the net and find most of them at the Webmin site itself. You find user contributed modules. And in fact, this module for nginx is a user contributed model. So I just use this to install the module. And now we have the nginx web server under managed by nginx, and it doesn't do that much for you, but you can see that it has the virtual servers here, default and rewards RChain. Now we actually have, the default is robot.net, which currently just gives the it just gives the default nginx page. But this is where we would put our website eventually. We would put our own content here.
Okay.
Which would be information about the machine.
Now, Jim, you know, we have two websites currently running. So which one of them will be on
three, actually. We have three actually.
Okay.
But it only shows two here because in the default,
which is the third one?
Which is the what?
The third one, the third one.
There's only two. Oh, the third one is
you mean rchainbounty.robot.net?
We have reward. Okay, well, I don't know why it has the server name RChain Rewards, but it's rewards-test.robot.net. The other one is RChain Rewards. So we have, we want to straighten this configuration out to show all three servers separately. And if we look at the default here, why does it say I can't connect?
Click the URL instead of the server name.
Let me just, I'm using Putty here on Windows. I could SSH from any command line prompt. Sort of like I'm used to using Putty on Windows. But if I go to robot, I see the machine is running. And get rid of this one. We don't need that. So I don't know why it says it's not running. Let me just see if I reload this page. The connection is not private. Okay, that's one of the tasks we have, is to install the SSH certificate for Webmin itself. And this is not behaving well at all.
You sure you didn't have issues with your internet connection?
don't know. Let me. We can do. Huh. Uh-oh. Looks like I broke something. Interesting. Looks like I broke the styles.
Oh, okay.
I did some updates here, but I don't know why it came up. It started all of a sudden here. How do I recover the styles? Wouldn't you know it? Right before the demo, I broke something. I got a warning about updating the style.
Can I see the style?
Well, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't get there from here. We could try. We could look for. What? Well, it doesn't look like it tells us how to do that here. Undo style. No. That's bizarre how that stopped working right in the middle of when we were working on it. Let me just try it in a new browser for the heck of it.
What?
Okay.
Oh, cute. I used
Nope, it's no good. It's not working.
okay.
I may have to reinstall. Guess I have to be more careful.
Jim, I'm trying to get to log in using putty to Webmin, and it's throwing a host not found address. The address I'm using, is it the URL?
It should be David at robot.net.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so given that Webmin is not working for us at present, we're going to use the command line. And
okay.
I'm going to make the font a little bigger here.
Okay, I'm sorry if I'm cutting you short, but what's the port for?
It's a standard port for SSH.
It's 22 here, so.
Yeah. Port 22, it should be. If you don't give any port, it's port 22.
Yeah, it's worked. Yeah, 22 worked.
Now why did this die? Restart session. Okay. So looks like we get random messages here. Message of the day, or we're getting a bunch of them. It gives us information about the system when we log in. And we can change that, to customize it for our members so that they get useful information when they log in. I'm going to set user to root here to manage the nginx server. So I do a sudo suser, set user, and then dash gives me a login shell. And then I put the username here. I could put root. If I don't put anything, it assumes root. And I ask for my password, and I give it my password. And now I'm root. And,
okay, let me try that.
Okay, and if I do a pwd now, I see I'm in the directory /root. And if I do an ls or a list files of /, I'll see that root is one of the directories under the top of the system here. And we have executable programs in a bin. We have lots of stuff in nginx, configurations and stuff, mostly. And all these have historical roots that go back to the beginning of Unix as to why they're here and what they mean. But we have libraries and programs and boots and memories mapped into the file system. Where the nginx configuration is, I can change directory to /etc/ng, and I can hit tab, it'll fill it in, the rest of the line. If I list what's here, I see there's a comp.d, which is a configuration directory. And that has nothing in it. We have an nginx.conf file. And then we have sites available and sites enabled. And if I list sites available, I see I have default and I have Archine rewards. Those are the same two we saw in Webmin. And if I look at sites enabled, okay, I see two again. Now these are colored differently because these are links. If I do a long listing, ls-l, I'll see that those files really point to the files that are in the available directory, They're linked into the enable. When you link them into the enable directory, they become active. Here again, if you use Webmin, this is all the details of this are hidden. You don't need to know all the details of how it works. But what we want to do today is we want to separate out from default the parts of it that, and then let me go into, I'll change directory into sites available, which is where we want to create the new file. And we'll look at and just concatenates the list of files, or whatever file names you put in here, it outputs to the standard output, which is the screen in this case. Default. And I can see that there's a server defined here. It says managed by certbot here.
Jim, I'm guessing a file or directory not available for sites dash available. No such file or directory.
Okay, well, are you in, where are you? Are you in the, what's your current directory?
Yes. etc/nginx.
Okay, and then there is, you should see there, .. is the parent directory here. You should see all these files. It's
Okay, I'm seeing much more than that. Let me share my screen.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so this is it.
You're not on the right machine, obviously. Wait a second, what is this?
This is exactly the same machine.
Just do ls, not .. Just do ls.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Okay, you see sites available there?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can change directory into site CD into sites available. You can hit tab. Okay.
Yeah, I'm inside sites available.
Now if you ls here.
Default and rchain/rchain-rewards.
Right. Okay, so what we want to do is copy default to rchain-bounties. So we do a CP.
Okay.
CP space F tab or D tab. And then type rchain-bounty.
Is it bounties or bounty?
I think it's bounty. I can just check
Okay.
here quick. Yeah, I'm sure it's bounty. Bounty.
Okay, I think it has added that. I think it has added that.
Okay. I don't know if you can make your type any bigger easily. Are you using putty? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so go to settings, top left, click top left, and hit settings, and then appearance. Change settings. No. Oh. Appearance, and then hit change, and choose like 16.
Is this better?
Yeah, I guess it's better.
Is this better?
Yeah, still.
Okay.
Okay, so then you're going to use an editor, and I always use VI as the editor. I don't know if you want to learn VI or if you want to use Nano or Emacs. Are you familiar with any of the editors?
Okay, I'm not familiar with Visual Studio Code, but I could. I've heard about VI, and I'm willing to learn VI.
Okay, since I don't know Nano, which is the easy one, we'll teach you a little VI as we go along. So VI space,
Okay.
and it's really Vim. It's VI has become Vim, which is the modern version of VI. So VI space Archain Bounty. And again, you can use tab. Okay, enter.
Yeah.
All right, the color is not too great. Everything that's blue is commented out. Okay, and
Okay.
it gives you some good pointers and instructions here for learning how to do this. Now, there's VI has two different modes, and you have to sort of be aware of which mode you're in all the time.
Okay.
Okay, it's in command mode now, so anything you type is a command.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Okay, it doesn't edit. And then when you go into insert mode, then you're typing in the document. And your mouse does nothing. Don't bother to touch your mouse. Now, we can see a server definition is starting here. If we hit Control F, we go to the next page. Control forward stands for, or we could just move the cursor down. We can hit the page down key, I think. Go down a page.
Okay, I don't think.
Control F. Go.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so now we're down, and we can see that the server that's being defined here is the main robot.net server, or www.robot.net, okay, which is the default. So we want to delete this server. So if we can go back up to the either go up with up arrow or do a control B to go back up. There. Okay, so see where it says server there? That whole server we're
Yes.
trying to get rid of. So move down to the line with server on it. Up, the line with server on it. Okay. Hit 0 to go to the beginning of the line. Or home. Yes, the home key would take you to the beginning of the line. And then, and now we want to delete this structure. And it's balanced with braces. So everything to the end, the matching end brace, we want to delete from this file, which is not the default server, but the RChain bounty server. So we hit D for delete, and then we hit a % for matching the parentheses, the brace.
Together or D before the.
You just hit the D key.
Do you hit them all together, or you do it one after the other?
You do one at a time. You hit the D key, and then
Okay.
the % key. Okay, that server's gone. And we can see 50 fewer lines at the bottom of the screen. We deleted 50 lines. Okay, now we only have the RChain bounty server in this file. Now we probably want to delete the two, go up 2 lines and delete, do a DD. Double commands work for lines. So DD deletes a line. Okay, so we're not going to have we're not going to have a default configuration here. All right. And if you just hit the enter key or the down arrow, we can just read through this server definition and make sure that it looks okay. Okay, I see this is on port 80. What about port? What about port? The SSH is, keep going down. I don't know what this location is for here. I guess I should look at it on my screen. Okay, so
I think it's.
it looks like we have. It looks like we want to delete this. I don't know what. I don't understand all this. We'll just leave it because it was working before.
Yeah, I think this is showing us our certificates and.
Right. This certbot manages this. When we use certbot to create a secure certificate with the -- nginx option, it updates the certificate information in the file here. Okay, but I'm a little bit confused about where this location information is. Um, 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 so we have the first server, which we deleted. And then we start the server definition for our chain bounty. And then we set that we have those files in /home rchain tools is where we have the root of the server. And then we have some proxy instructions here.
Can you share your screen now, Jim?
I'm just looking up a little higher in the file. Okay, and then for some reason we have another server. Oh, this is serversrobot.net. Okay, this server. So this other server has to go too. The one at the bottom. Okay, this server is for www.robot.net. We can delete that server. Then what's the 301? A redirect? I don't know. Weird. I don't know why this works. Okay, so put your cursor right at the beginning. I can't modify this right now because you're modifying it. If you put your cursor at the beginning of the robot.net text and hit D%, that gets rid of that 21 fewer lines.
Okay. Okay.
And this doesn't look at all correct, but it worked. Okay, so you deleted those lines? Did you delete those lines? Want to show your screen again?
Okay.
I see nothing on your screen. Oh, there it is. Okay, so so this looks pretty good. I'm not sure how you got in block mode. It shows visual block at the bottom of your screen.
I did a Control V. I made a mistake. I wanted to do Control V and mistakenly hit the Control V key.
Hit escape.
Okay.
Okay, so escape gets you out of whatever mode you're in.
Okay.
Okay, so this might work. Okay, it looks like there's two sections there for the server, our chain bounty. One which is a redirect to from port 80 to port to HTTPS. So if it gets a request on port 80, which is HTTP, it'll forward that it'll send back to the browser a redirect for them to use the secure HTTPS connection. Okay. So now we want to.
Okay.
Now we want to. Go into. We want to do a colon to type a command, a colon command, and we're going to hit WQ, write quit, which will write the file out and quit VI. So we hit a colon, and that brings us to the command line at the bottom. And then we type WQ, enter.
WQ goes together.
Yeah, hit colon first. You have to go to the command area.
Okay, I'm not sure what key that is.
A colon is a shift next to the L character. That's a colon.
Oh, you mean colon? Okay, okay, all right. Okay.
WQ. Enter.
Oh, okay. Actually, I didn't hear what I didn't get what you said at first, though.
All right. So now we're going to take our chain bounty out of the default configuration. Okay, so we want to back up the default configuration because it works. So we want to copy default to default dot back or something.
I think that should be CP
CP, yeah.
defaults. Defaults again.
Default dot back dot BAK or something.
Okay. You mean this?
Sure, that's fine. BAK is what I usually use. I don't know why. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, so now we VI default and we remove the RChain bounty configuration from the default. So now we have three we'll have three sites, three separate sites available instead of having two sites in the default. That's what our plan is for now, is to fix that.
Okay.
VI default. Okay.
So we'll have to clear out the comments in the server too, right?
The default server remains. We go to the next one. Control F to go down page. Go down some more. Control F. Okay, here's the next. Here's another. Here's the bounty server down here. Okay, so we go down to the RChain bounty server, and we delete that whole thing. In the middle of the screen, the server is RChain bounty.
You mean the server?
Yeah. So we're going to go to the
We're deleting this, right?
right. We have this in its own separate file now. So
Okay.
oh no. Hit U, undo. What did you do?
Okay. I thought you said we're deleting that.
Yeah, I don't. I got confused. Go to the beginning of the line to delete the whole everything. I don't know what you deleted. Okay, you did delete 29 lines. You just left the word server there. It confused me. D%.
Okay, all right. Okay, so
Okay,
that's gone.
and this www.robot.net, that's part of the default. That stays. Okay, we go down further. Go down more. Go to the next server. Okay, this is our chain bounty. We can get rid of this one. So we go to the beginning of the server and we do a D%. Okay, and now we do a colon right quit. Colon right quit. Are you there, David?
Yeah, okay. You said colon.
Colon WQ. I don't know what you doing here. Oh, you got this is your memory of commands. Just colon WQ. Enter.
Invalid command.
Hit escape. I don't know how you got into this weird thing here.
Escape is not working.
What happens if you hit up arrow?
Control C, quit. Control C, get us to quit. Okay.
Okay. Okay, now we want to restart nginx. Try typing a Control R for reverse search for a restart.
Then you said restart, right?
All right, there we go. Oh, what are you doing now? Do a Control R, restart. Type
It's
restart.
bringing up.
REST. Control R again. Control R again. You only typed RE. Hit escape or Control C. Okay, Control R, REST.
Okay. Right?
Okay, didn't find it, huh? Control R again. Just type Control R. I don't know why it didn't find it. Let me look at it on my machine. Control R nginx.
You having the same error?
Well, it didn't find the restart command, and I forget what it is. So I'm going to do a quick search and restart. Probably should do a button. Okay, so it's we just type nginx reload is the command. Oh, nginx dash s, nginx dash s, nginx. No, it's not capital X. Engine lowercase x space dash s for signal.
Okay.
Nginx
Space or dash?
space.
Does the space come before the dash?
Yes, the options are always after a space. You can't have an option. Dash s as in Samuel, space, and then put reload, space reload. Reload, reload, reload. I guess that's it. Now we see if the sites are working.
Okay.
There's a problem. Archie Bounty is giving us the default site. It's not working at all. Oh, I know why it's not working. Okay, rewards.test is working fine. What? It's working for me. Rewards-test. Oh, you spelled rewards wrong. It's R-E-W, not R-E-A-W. Okay, let's. Can you hear me? R-E-W, not R-E-A-W. We lost them. Okay. Well, just to show that it works here. Here we are, rewards test, robot.net. I can hit log in here. I'm in. Okay, but it's on status here, not on issues. Somehow we need to have it go to issues or something more reasonable when it starts up. And hopefully David will be back momentarily. And if we look at these that are available, if we go into, it's a long listing, go into sites enabled, we find that we only have default in our chain rewards. We don't have our chain bounty enabled. So we have to do a link, a symbolic link between dot sites available our chain bounty and the current directory, which is enabled. Now, if we do an ls-all, oops, well, we don't have the full path name in there for it, but that shouldn't matter. I could and I can do it nginx signal reload a duplicate default server in at line 64 in our chain bounty. So I edit our chain bounty, go to line 64, oops, colon 64, and it looks like we left a server in here that we shouldn't have left in here. This one, we took this out. The percent, colon I quit. And then we hit up arrow to rerun you can hit the up and down arrows to go through the last commands you had, or search the command history with Control R. Our chain bounty, nginx signal reload. We got no error. So we can verify that the bounty system still works. We can do a reload. Yep, it still works. And we can do our chain bounty robot.next and see if the bounty system works. And it does. Sweet. So now we've successfully separated out the configurations of our three sites, the robot.net default site, which will have our website, the archainbounty.robot.net, which has our dashboard, and the rewardstest.robot.net, which has our staging environment for working on the bounty system. And Dan suggested that we add a choice to whoopsie daisy, bad gateway, what happened? Uh-oh. I think I broke it. I didn't touch that configuration file. Looks like we're having some trouble with the Python part of the configuration. And I'm not going to be able to fix that. Hey, David, welcome back.
Hey.
So we found that we had one of the default servers, a duplicate default server in the Archain Bounty. So I edited it again. I removed it, and then I reloaded nginx, and the 3 sites were working. I discovered a problem. When we hit the sync users here, we get a bad gateway. Now the augs is Python code, and I thought we had that working, but we didn't make any changes to the configuration for that, so I don't think.
Now, is it syncing users from GitHub?
Yes, I don't know how it did that, but it did that. We have 206 users from GitHub in here. But when I go to sync now, I'm getting this error. I don't know why. I guess we can look in the, where do we look for the errors? What? Oh. I should have. Archain rewards probably was a bad name for it. We should have called it the same thing as the URL, rewards test. Okay, we look at augs here, location/augs, which is the WSGI, which is the web service gateway interface or whatever for Python programs. And it uses a socket or pipe to communicate with the server. And I'm not sure why that's broken. And I guess tomorrow morning with Dan, maybe that can be fixed. But that's executing Python, the Python programs there.
Okay.
Okay.
What time?
The other thing I did here was I did a symbolic link to the sites available in the sites enabled directory. Okay, and that, and then when I restarted the server, it now uses the new default, all 3 of them. Until I linked it in here, the Archain Bounty app didn't work. Because it wasn't available. If it's linked into the, I did a symbolic link from the available into the enabled directory. Okay, and like I said, if we use Webmin for this, where we don't have to know all this stuff. It's much easier, and I wish I could find out a way to reset Webmin installation. I mean, I could just reinstall the whole thing from scratch. They already looked for style. Somebody else must have had this problem. So this is all using the Webmin interface to configure. And we have a problem right now, and the Webmin interface is not working. This is free trust, that's working. Oops, we saw it for a second, and then it disappeared. I'm going to try I'm going to try Edge. What the heck? I can't move this. That's not what I wanted. And I'll try signing in again. Yeah, Firefox? David? No, doesn't work.
Yep, you said?
Oh boy. Well, we could ask at the Webmin's site. And
Go to community.
so I must have Webmin already downloaded. So if I do a CD back to my home directory, which for root is root, and I do an ls of what's there, I can see stuff that I've downloaded already. And Webmin 1.881 all I've got there, which apparently is the current one. Webmin works somewhat independently. And I hate to lose everything, but um, what's an uninstall? Remove?
On installing it, won't that cause us to lose all the websites?
No, it won't. Webmin
Okay.
doesn't really interfere with the configuration of the machine.
Okay.
Deinstalling. Nope. So we can just depackage del -- help. I will have to do some reconfiguration. I may have to reload the nginx thing. -- remove should work. Didn't I type that? Yeah, I did remove. What am I doing wrong here?
How about the package remove?
What?
The package remove, that's dpkg remove.
It says -- remove, which is what I did. -- remove. And when I do that, what does it tell me? You must specify packages by their own names, not by quoting the names of the files they come in. Oh. So if I just say Webmin, remove Webmin. Okay. And then I can, I should be able to install it. And it may have kept some files. I may have to clean up some files. We may end up with the same problem again. And it's not, you know, if this is installing from scratch, it's just as well, because this will show people how to do it. Okay, we have Webmin. We can now sign on, but of course it's robot.net 10,000. Robot.net 10,000. We still need to get it, install an SSH key for that. Which we should be able to do pretty easily through the interface. But so just for the heck of it, I'm going to try my account, which probably won't work, to see if it kept the configuration. If this works, we could be in trouble. Yay, we got it back.
Okay, that's good. That's good enough.
And it let me sign in. So that means it kept some configuration things. Let me sign in with my own account. I didn't have to use root. So let's look under servers and see if and it remembered our nginx server. Sweet.
Okay, check the, okay. And it saved all our changes. That's very good.
Yeah. And you can see that what we did here, we created a backup here, which is disabled because it's not in enabled directory. And we have 3 enabled hosts, and this is the URLs, and this is the document root. And if we need to make any changes in them, we just click on them and we can change them right here. Isn't that nice?
Very nice.
For many things, it has a much better interface than just a text box to modify things. But for this purpose, the text box is just fine. And then you can make changes and hit the update servers button, which will restart the server for read the new configuration. Okay, and it looks like we really don't have to do much else here. It looks like it pretty much recovered from the problem. But this Webmin is great for doing all kinds of things. If you look in others here, you can see there's a file manager here, which lets you manage, edit files on the system and upload and download files without using the command line. You make custom commands here. There's a command shell. I think that uses Java though. But we look under system here. We have scheduled commands and scheduled cron jobs. So we can automate this stuff very easily. And I guess it's under other. Where is I'm looking for the monitoring. Look in unused here. That's funny. Well, I'm sure there's a nice system and server status. This is what I'm looking at. shows what we have running on the system here. Okay, and you can set alerts and emails if something isn't running. And we can delete these ones we're not using, and we can add other ones. But you can see here that the only thing being monitored here is the SQL database server. But we can add, we can schedule monitoring here, and we can add a type of monitor. Okay, system alive. Okay, so let's add a type of monitor. System alive. Check on a regular schedule. Failures before reporting, 1. Notification method. Have it send me email for now. We can add more emails to this. Don't check if monitor is down. Well, in this case, we can't check. Okay, if monitor goes down, we can run commands. If it comes up, we can run commands. If monitor times out, we can run a command. Where is the URL? Monitor details. Why doesn't this tell us? Did I choose the right one here? A live system? Doesn't say which system. Doesn't make any sense. It's telling me that the system is alive. That's weird. Thing is, if the system isn't alive, it's not going to be able to tell me. Let's try. We could do disk space monitoring, all kinds of things, free memory, monitoring all kinds of our different servers. Let's do remote HTTP system. Okay, and we actually won't make it. We'll call it nginx default server. And I'll put myself here. And the URL we're going to test is https robot.net. So if anything happens to the Apache server, I'll get a notice. Okay, and I can click here on the monitoring schedule. This is monitoring every 5 minutes. I can say when not to monitor, days of the week, times of the thing. Email. send email when the service goes down. Email status report to Jim Scarver. It's going to send it from the local mail server, which may not, which probably go to spam. Probably should. Local mail server, huh? Interesting. I don't know how it's going to work. They could send, I don't know what it needs to have this SMS work. It'd be interesting to try it. I'll have it page me on Verizon. Save it. I mean, that's just a sampling, a small sampling of things you can do with Webmin, which is pretty cool. And we'll be setting up some scheduled jobs, some cron jobs and stuff a little later. The question is there anything else that we want to get done today?
Okay. Not really. It's getting late here.
So you think you're getting the hang of this?
Yes, of course, of course.
So, you know, there's a lot of good documentation out there. So you just have to search
Okay.
on Webmin and nginx. And, you know, now, if you want to add a virtual server, you can just, you know, go in here and copy a configuration file. Control A, Control C. Oh, Control A looks like you've got too much. So I copy what's in the text box. Okay, and then I can create a virtual host. Okay, put in the server name here. Paste in the configuration file, and then just change it. Change basically the name of the server, where the root is. This is an rchain home, rchain tools directory. Just create another directory there, and or even serve out of your home directory if you want. Save the configuration. I'll call it XXX. Okay. And then, oops, it's enabled. I can just disable it. That could confuse it with it because it has the same URL and document root as the other one, so I disabled it. But now I'm just going to delete it. Easy as pie. So we can add services.
Okay, was it was
What?
it the default back you deleted?
I just created a virtual server called XXXX.
Oh,
Right.
okay, okay.
And I put it in here, and unfortunately, it had the same name as the other one, which is a conflict. Okay, if I make it XXX our chain bounty, then I make it, and I can make it serve from some other directory. XXX bounty, and I could have it serve from a home R chain XXX R chain tools. Yeah, obviously that server is not going to work because we don't have a website. We don't have that directory, home R chain XXX XR chain tools right now. So we know it can't work. But I was just demonstrating how simple it is. This file already exists. What does it mean it already exists? Weird. I don't know. It worked fine that time. Now, why does it say R chain tools here again? Urgh, I hate this thing.
Mind sharing your screen?
Oh, sorry. Darn it. I wish it was had shown this. So I just changed this to XXXX. XXXX. I don't know why I just did XXXX. XXXX. I changed this and I hit save, but I got an error for some reason. Okay, so now I save this. And you can see here, just by pasting in a configuration here, where saying where the root of your document root of your server is, and this is basically where you check the stuff out from GitHub, and the URL that's going to serve it, and then it's a matter of doing the Let's Encrypt server. And let me see if I can straighten out the SSH configuration of Webmin. SSL encryption here. Okay, let's encrypt here. I'm going to have a problem. This is set up to work with Apache. which is what most people have been using with Webmin.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this isn't going to work. I can try. Website root directory for validation file. Let's put that in, and that's Etsy. Etsy? Is it Etsy www or no? It's var www. I think that's it. Let me copy that. Let me just go to the command line here. List, add the show. That's not it, huh? Oh, there's no www. I think. Nope. There is the root of the directory. Okay, well, if I look at CD minus, it takes you back where you were. Whoops. CD minus, not equals. And if I look here at default, now the more command pages through a file. And I can see that the root of the server, and I can find this in Webmin easier. It'll show me where the file is. I don't see it. Location slash. What am I looking at here, Control G? Root slash var www HTML. No nginx. So that's the root of our default server. That's where we put our website for robot.net and www.robot.net. Now I'm going to try to request a certificate. Okay, so now Webmin is configured to use the new certain key. So now we shouldn't get this not secure button. Certificate valid. Let's encrypt. Okay, we have a valid certificate yet, but the browser doesn't know it yet. Let me try it in a new browser window. Now it's secure. Okay. We got rid of the certificate warning that we had here. Sweet. We got something else done. But we still need to do certbot for the virtual servers, I think, that we add to when we add virtual servers here.
Doesn't this SSL for this covers every one of them?
No, it doesn't. You need one for every host. Or you need a wildcard
Okay.
certificate, which wildcard certificates are not yet free, and there's some issues with it, how to support them properly so that they're accepted, which I have to learn about. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one that I created. Delete. And that's where we are. And it's late. Thank you so much, David, for keeping.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Awesome. So I'll end this now. Take it easy.